Was this the moment ARMY feared the most? What really happened during Jungkook's military training that sent him straight to the hospital? Fans around the world were left in a state of shock when reports surfaced that BTS golden magne, Jungkook, had suffered an unexpected injury during his military training. But what really sent emotions soaring was the revelation that Kim Taehyung, his longtime friend and fellow BTS member, had been right there beside him throughout the ordeal. That it all started with a cryptic post from a military insider, hinting that a high-profile trainee had been taken to the hospital due to an accident. At first, no names were mentioned, but speculation spread like wildfire. Then, as fans frantically tried to piece together the puzzle, a shocking confirmation came: Jungkook had been injured. The mere thought of the youngest member of BTS being hurt sent waves of concern rippling through the fandom. What made the situation even more emotional was the unexpected presence of Taehyung, who, despite being in the military himself, found a way to be by Jungkook's side. What does this mean for the duo's bond? How serious was the injury? And what happens now? Jungkook, known for his athleticism, discipline, and relentless passion, had been navigating military life with remarkable dedication. Fans had watched him prepare mentally and physically for enlistment, reassuring everyone that he was ready for the challenge. However, military training is unpredictable, and even the strongest can find themselves in vulnerable situations. According to reports from sources close to the training facility, Jungkook was engaged in an intense exercise when the unexpected occurred. Some claim it was a misstep during a drill, while others believe a physical maneuver went wrong, leading to a fall that resulted in an injury significant enough to require immediate medical attention. The details remain scarce, but one thing is certain: Jungkook had to be rushed to the hospital. But what happened next truly took fans by surprise. When news of Jungkook's hospitalization broke, many expected updates from officials or the military unit. What they did not expect was the sudden appearance of Kim Taehyung. As fans know, Taehyung and Jungkook share a bond that goes beyond being bandmates. They have spent over a decade together, growing from wide-eyed teenagers into global superstars. So when Taehyung appeared at the hospital, fans were left wondering, how did he even get there? As an enlisted soldier himself, his movements are restricted, yet somehow, he managed to be present at the hospital during one of Jungkook's most vulnerable moments. Was it sheer determination? Did he request special permission? The details remain unclear, but one thing was evident: he was there, and he wasn't leaving Jungkook's side. Jungkook's injury, while deeply concerning, raises several questions. Will this affect his military service? Could this lead to an early discharge if the injury proves to be severe? What will Big Hit and HYBE say about the situation? The military is known for being tight-lipped about medical emergencies, so updates on Jungkook's condition have been limited. However, one source mentioned that he was being closely monitored and that the injury, while serious enough to require hospital care, was not life-threatening. For fans, that was both a relief and a reason for continued concern. Any injury significant enough to require hospitalization is serious, and the road to recovery, both physically and mentally, can be challenging. The BTS fandom is no stranger to worrying about their idols. From past injuries to emotional struggles, they have stood by the members through it all. But this situation feels different. The idea of Jungkook, a symbol of strength and passion, being injured during his military service has sent a wave of anxiety through the ARMY community. Social media has erupted with messages of concern, prayers, and support. Hashtags like #GetWellSoonJungkook and #TaehyungWithJungkook have taken over trending lists worldwide. Fans are holding on to hope, trusting that their beloved golden magne will recover quickly. And then there's Taehyung's presence. His unwavering support has become a source of comfort for many. Their friendship has always been special, but this moment has solidified just how deep their connection truly is. While official statements from Big Hit Music and the military are still awaited, one thing remains undeniable: Jungkook is not alone. His fellow members, particularly Taehyung, are standing by him in spirit and in person. Fans can only hope that this setback will be temporary and that Jungkook will make a full recovery. And as for Taehyung, his silent yet powerful show of support speaks volumes about the bond they share. What will happen next? Will Jungkook be able to resume his service, or will this injury change everything? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure: ARMY will be waiting, supporting, and hoping for the best as the hours passed. Fans eagerly awaited an official update on Jungkook's condition. Hospitals are notoriously strict when it comes to medical information, especially concerning enlisted soldiers, and that only added to the tension. Armies worldwide remained glued to their screens, hoping for even the smallest sign that Jungkook was okay. Sources close to the situation hinted that Jungkook was conscious and receiving treatment, but details regarding the severity of his injury were still being kept under wraps. Some reports suggested it was a leg injury, while others speculated it could involve his shoulder, both of which could have significant implications for his military duties. One question loomed over everything. Would Jungkook be able to continue his service, or would he need time off to recover? For those unfamiliar with South Korea's military policies, injuries sustained during service are taken very seriously. If deemed severe, a soldier may be given medical leave or even an early discharge. However, many injuries, depending on their nature, can be rehabilitated with the right treatment, allowing the soldier to resume their duties after recovery. Perhaps the most heartwarming aspect of this entire situation has been Taehyung's unwavering presence. According to those at the hospital, Taehyung was seen arriving discreetly, dressed in his military uniform, looking visibly concerned. Witnesses say he didn't leave Jungkook's side, staying close even when hospital staff moved Jungkook for further medical evaluation. How did Taehyung manage to be there? That question remains unanswered, but one thing is clear. He made it happen. Those familiar with military life know that soldiers' movements are strictly monitored, especially those in mandatory service. For Taehyung to be at the hospital during Jungkook's medical emergency suggests that either he was granted special permission or he took an unexpected leave. Either way, it highlights just how much he cares. Fans, overwhelmed with emotions, took to social media to express their admiration for Taehyung's loyalty. Many pointed out that this was yet another example of how deeply the BTS members support each other. Even in difficult times, as expected, ARMY wasted no time in rallying behind Jungkook. Social media platforms flooded with messages of encouragement, prayers, and artwork dedicated to his recovery. Fan projects sprang up overnight, with people donating to charities in his name and sending letters of support in the hopes that he would see them once he recovered. The hashtags #StayStrongJungkook and #TaehyungByYourSide trended worldwide, showcasing the immense love and concern fans had for the duo. Some even went as far as organizing virtual vigils, lighting candles and playing BTS songs as a way of sending healing energy to Jungkook. This moment wasn't just about one member getting injured, it was a collective experience, a reminder of how deeply connected BTS and ARMY truly are. Just when anxiety was reaching its peak, Big Hit Music finally released an official statement. The agency confirmed that Jungkook had sustained an injury during military training and was currently receiving medical care. However, they reassured fans that he was in stable condition and under close observation. The health and well-being of our artists remain our top priority, the statement read. We ask for your understanding as we navigate this situation. We will provide further updates as they become available. The statement, though brief, provided some relief. But it also left many questions unanswered. How long will he need to recover? Will he require surgery? Will this delay his military discharge date?